That's good.
Just 40 miles west of the Twin Cities, along the South Fork of the Crow River, sits the charming little community of Watertown. Here along the main drag, Dr. Scott Jensen built a medical clinic some 15 years ago, naming it Catalyst. By definition, this means a person or event that quickly causes change or action.
He was a catalyst in the city of Watertown.
Once he sets his mind to do something, he accomplishes it. I mean, he's very determined.
Those who know him say it's fitting.
He demands excellence every day.
He's very energetic. He keeps us busy.
So we're all set.
Very fitting.
It's incredible how much he does in a day.
I'm tired when I listen to his schedule, but I mean, clearly this is a passion for him.
You can't contain Scott. He's a little bit a powder keg in terms of just his presence. He's just everywhere.
A family physician for more than 32 years, it's his patients that keep this powder keg fully charged. Dr. Jensen has many stories to tell, which is why he finally decided to write a book.
I'm a meticulous note taker.
In it, he reflects on the time-honored connection between patient and physician, conveying that medical care should be personal and that relationships matter.
And as I watched medicine changing and I saw the patient-doctor relationship becoming more and more fractured, less and less significant, I said, that's where those stories have to go. They have to focus on somehow reminding us of the patient-doctor relationship, that it is special.
To truly understand how Dr. Jensen practices, you have to hear from his patients.
He will take your hand, he will lean forward, he truly listens.
He takes the extra time to catch up and just ask how the family is.
It's really awesome to have somebody who knows you so well, kind of inside and out.
I said, I'm getting old. He said, no. He said, you're not getting old. You are old.
It's very realistic also.
That'd be great. Thanks, appreciate it.
I would say that in 30 years of ministry, I have been interrogated 2 times, once by Scott Jensen.
Joel Johnson, a patient and Dr. Jensen's pastor, will always remember the day they met.
I figured if he's this thorough in making a decision about the church, I can only imagine the kind of doctor he would be.
Scott Jensen grew up in the southern Minnesota town of Sleepy Eye, a middle child of 5 siblings. Tragically, he lost his mom to colon cancer.
She was in her 40s. She sort of looked like Doris Day. She was my best friend. So that was a tough one.
A decade later, his dad died, and then his youngest brother.
But I do think that going through so much death in such a short period of time, it really set me up to be what I would like to think a compassionate family doc.
His career path wasn't a straight one. It included a year of dental school.
I really enjoyed the gross anatomy, the biochemistry, the physiology, but I just didn't have a love affair with teeth.
He then spent a year in the seminary, where he decided to propose to his girlfriend and go to medical school, finishing in just 3 years. He did his residency at Bethesda Hospital in St. Paul.
So I've had a wonderful career in medicine, and my wife is the best thing that's happened to me. She's the love of my life.
He met his wife, Mary, who's a veterinarian, in college.
And his first words to me are, oh, are you oxidizing an aldehyde into a ketone?
Interested in him, she asked to review his chemistry notes, but picking up on romantic cues wasn't his strong point.
I said, I'll come over to your dorm and I'll copy them and we can sit and chat. He goes, no, you just take them. So finally his friend Paul kicked him in the shin and said, maybe you should do this, Scott. So.
The couple has been married for 37 years and together raised 3 children.
He's just kind of this goofy, oddball guy with this ridiculous sense of humor who everyone loves to be around.
A close-knit family, they spent as much time as possible enjoying each other's company, taking vacations, and playing outdoors.
Whenever he was home, it was fun. He was always super fun. He was the one who taught us how to water ski, how to downhill ski. He taught us catch in the backyard.
We've always thought that it's important that you try to become the best version of who you can be, and that should be a life goal, is never stop.
The Jensen's oldest daughter is now an anesthesiologist, their son an attorney, and their youngest a family physician.
I got to spend some time working with my dad and seeing him as I was going through medical school, and it really just reinforced at that point that family medicine was what I really wanted, and particularly the type of family medicine that he practices. He is my dad's physician, my mom's physician, and my grandmother's physician.
Liz Neaton was introduced to Dr. Jensen at 8 years old. He provided support and guidance as she battled an eating disorder.
And I would come to him, and he was tireless in getting me treatment.
She also credits him with saving her father's life. Dr. Jensen noticed that her dad's heart rhythm was off and sent him to the ER. His widowmaker artery was almost closed.
He probably would have had a massive heart attack within 24 hours. If it wasn't for him, I would be sitting here without a dad.
According to Dr. Jensen, that's the magic of the doctor-patient relationship.
It's the patient that's out there fighting the fight in the arena of life. But I want them to know that I'm their advocate.
On the flip side, he says the physician needs to know there is an element of trust.
Because that trust is what drives me to see the next patient and do the best job I can.
Opening his own clinic allowed Dr. Jensen to create something better for both patients and providers.
We definitely have kind of come to be a family here, which is different than other places I worked.
He has repeatedly said, this isn't a 100-yard dash. We're in this like it's a marathon, and we want to enjoy our practice every single day.
Sore throat gone?
And fortunately, Catalyst has been able to maintain its independence over the years.
It's not smoke and mirrors. We're busy, we're efficient, we keep our overhead down, and our patients are typically patients that really want the honor and the privilege of being their own champion.
Dr. Jensen advanced his work in skin surgery after being awarded a Bush Fellowship in the mid-90s.
Just going to go ahead and remove a possible squamous cell cancer.
Here in the MASH surgical room,
we're done here.
Dr. Jensen removes a spot from a patient's leg.
He's pretty important to both myself and my family. He's, as far as I'm concerned, top of the heap because he does make you feel comfortable.
This is a map room, maps of everything.
From the get-go, Dr. Jensen's vision was to design a clinic that would put patients at ease.
Then this is the Happy Days Diner.
A variety of themed rooms,
Peter Pan and Pinocchio and Piglet,
take away from the traditionally sterile environment of a doctor's office. Dr. Jensen will be the first to admit the fine dining showcased in the Le Bistro room is more appropriate for others.
I mean, for me, a good meal is you have that special holiday and you get 2 hot dogs and a pop for like $2.79. I mean, you're living high. My diet is terrible, but my cholesterol is great. And I'm gonna have you slide forward just a little and take a deep breath.
Dr. Jensen visits with this 94-year-old farmer in a room inspired by days gone by.
My back bothered me so much I had a hard time getting into the tractor, and getting out was just as bad.
I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Oh.
I think you can get back on the tractor.
Boy, that would be the best news I heard in a long time. I really like that guy. You can talk to him.
God bless you, Wally.
A religious man, Dr. Jensen is not afraid to integrate work and faith.
Right, take care, Wally.
It comes through that he's caring, that there's more to this world than just what we are at.
People like to hear that. I'll say a prayer for you, or I'll be thinking of you.
He's concerned about my spiritual well-being, my emotional well-being, so he really, I think, takes a holistic approach to medicine.
His caring is very broad, and it doesn't just stop at the doors of the clinic.
Dr. Jensen teaches once a month at a U of M residency program. He's a member of the Watertown Chamber, a ministry leader at his church, and president of the Lions Club, heading up the town's annual Rails to Trails event.
He was instrumental in getting that started, and it's still an active festival for the community.
Dr. Jensen was elected to the school board and has served on several clubs and coalitions. In 2007, he and some business partners built a restaurant in Watertown called the Loose Line Lodge.
And just done a great job of being a community builder, and it helped this wonderful little town out in many ways.
They know that he's not just their doctor, but he's their friend, he's their colleague, he sees them in the community, and it's a long-term relationship.
So what do you think, guys, huh?
Dr. Jensen has been Stephanie Claire's physician since she was in middle school. She's thrilled he sees her kids now, too.
Say, huh?
Twins Caitlin and Keegan came into the world at 37 weeks.
So that's you guys, huh? You look different.
The day they were born, he was at the hospital to check them over. It was so reassuring for me as a new mom going through that experience, just to have someone that I really trusted evaluating my kids.
And those kids think he's pretty neat also.
Do you like Dr. Jensen? Yeah. He said yes. He's very nice and kind. He's a good doctor.
A good doctor who puts patients first.
It's not just a profession, it's a lifestyle. It really is more of a innate part of his character rather than a job.
There's many days that he says, ask the front desk to give him a list of phone numbers because he wants to check up on them. He's been thinking about them.
I know that it's not going to stop if the minute I walk out the door, I know he's still thinking about how he can help us.
When I came out here, I think one of the first 2 or 3 days I saw him leave the office early to go on a house call. I thought, well, this is different. This is going to be a different approach.
In my phone, I've got the office number, I have his personal cell phone number.
He's gone to a lot of his patients' 90th birthday parties or anniversary parties, those kinds of things too, and he just truly enjoys his patients.
In his free time, you'll find Dr. Jensen skiing, golfing, or even flying. Last year, the Jensens were lucky enough to go on a bucket list trip to Israel.
He's a leader, but he has a servant's heart, and you can see that in the way he does medicine.
There's a dignity that he gives to his patients. There's honor.
At 61, Dr. Jensen isn't slowing down. He's now making a run for state senator. If elected, he'll be the only physician in the Minnesota legislature.
He's going to make a difference. I really believe that.
To have him in the legislature would be amazing because I know that he's going to push for people to get along as well as to keep things moving forward.
Okay, thanks.
Of course, some are a little worried about losing their doc to politics.
I hope he'll be able to continue to see patients, obviously.
He'll still be there for them. He will. He'll figure it out. I know he will.
And she's right. He won't stay away from those who mean the most.
I don't get a big kick out of rubbing elbows with big shots. I think my patients are big shots. They're the ones that I want to impress.
Just as any good book must come to an end, so must our story.
It's been a journey, and it's been a fun journey.
But there's definitely more to come for Scott Jensen, which means we all will be waiting patiently for the sequel.
The award gave me an overabiding sense that we're doing something right and that I'm an awfully blessed man.